Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever time it is where you are. Thank you very much for popping over just to check out again what I've made for the family meals this week. It's lovely to see you all, and I hope you've all had a brilliant week so far, and I really do mean that. So yeah, thank you very much for popping over. But just before I move on, I want to say a big thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page. It means ever so much, guys. So thank you very much to Patrick Duncan, Amanda SB, Julie Barron, Louise Brown, LTP, Lucy Bird, Megan Guzman, Trisha, Katie West, Jean Walker, Amanda Straw, Sonia, Craig Michael, Vicky Fee, Terry Jan, Subina, Sheila, Sean Singh, Myrna Ravel, Michael Haydorn, Gemma Miller, Andrea, Don Egan, Michael Tully, Lucy York, Becky and Kylie Steinberg. So thank you very much to you all. Or if you're new and you're not normally here, welcome to you as well. This is What's for Tea. My name is Cheryl and this is our meals of the week. We call it tea, you might call it dinner. It's just our main meal of the day. We're a family of 4. Sometimes it's just me and Mr. What's for Tea that's here. Sometimes there's 3 of us. It really just depends on the day. So I usually start off on Monday all the way through till today, which is Sunday. And as usual, there'll be a selection of your comments from my videos during the week, just at the end. So on Monday, I made pork chops. I got these pork chops from the butcher. I had them in the freezer and I had to use them up. So that's the pork chops there. We had some green beans, some snow peas or mange tout, some potato croquettes, and I made a quick creamy mushroom chunky kind of sauce, and that was lovely. And moving on to Tuesday, and we had good old fish and chips. So I done some homemade chips. I just parboiled these and then finished them off in the oven with some olive oil. That's some battered cod, some garden peas, a lemon wedge and some parsley on the top. And I'll leave a recipe for battered fish underneath the video. Moving on to Wednesday, and we had mince and tatties, big favourite in this house. So that's the mashed potato there, some sliced carrots, some cabbage. I just like to add a bit of butter and pepper to my cabbage. And that's the mince and onions and peas and some puff pastry on the top. And again, I'll leave the recipe for the mince, peas and onions in the description box down below underneath this video. Moving on to Thursday, another favourite in the house is my cheeseburger pasta bake. And again, I'll leave it in the show more box down below. And there's quite a few of you have made this the last couple of weeks and you've sent me your pictures on Instagram and, you know, it looked brilliant. So well done to you all. It's absolutely delicious. Moving on to Friday, another favourite in the house. It's a kind of mince and tatties, but, you know, not really, but kind of the same. And we had that with some broccoli. And yeah, and again, I'll leave the recipe for this underneath the video. This is another big favourite and an absolute classic. It's so tasty. You just get your rich minced beef mixture underneath, the mashed potato and a layer of cheese, and it's wonderful. Now moving on to yesterday, and we had chicken pie. It was just me and Mr. What's for Tea. So I made some roast potatoes in the oven. We had some buttered cabbage, some garden peas again, and these were just the wee individual pucka pies that you'll have seen if you watched my shopping haul. And I had some gravy in the freezer. I just defrosted and popped that over the top because I had a feeling these wee pies might be quite dry. They weren't too bad, but the gravy went down well with it. Now moving on to today, and I made a beef stew in the slow cooker. So I had mashed potato, some mashed turnip. That's the beef stew. Added some pork sausages as well and a wee bit of puff pastry, and that was the rest of the gravy from the previous day, and it was delicious. Another favourite. We do like our sort of meaty based dishes and the mashed potato. It's just proper comfort, isn't it? So that was our meals this week. So thank you all very much for watching. And if you're leaving at this point, hopefully I'll see you back during the week for one of my recipes or shopping haul, or even back this time next week for meals of the week again. So take care of yourself till I see you next. For those of you who are staying on, this is just a very small selection of your comments left on my videos this week. So let's go and see what you are saying this week. So the first comment's from Margaret DeVries, and she said, used to make these all the time, putting on paper towels to drain, and son would be eating them faster than I could make them. Made corned beef fritters too, really good. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Margaret's referring to the potato fritter recipe that I done the other day, and that's the problem with these. As soon as they're made and cooled, cool enough to eat, they are off. They are so tasty. Very, very simple to make, but just one of those things that are absolutely delicious. And yep, corned beef fritters I have done in the past. I haven't made them all that often, but they are delicious as well. So thank you very much for your comment, Margaret. Lovely to see you. Next comment's from Jacqueline Helliwell, and she's written, "Hiya Cheryl, I'm from Sheffield and we call them potato scallops here. Absolutely fabulous. Our chip shops make fish cakes, 2 slices potato, small piece of cod in between, and then battered and fried. As I understand it, the Sheffield fish, mashed potato coated in crubs, are called fish cakes. We call them rissoles." Yeah, see, that's the thing. They are known as different things, depending on whereabouts in the country you are. Up here, I know them as fritters, but my father, he's actually a Yorkshire man, he calls them scallops. And the Yorkshire fish cakes that you're talking about there, I have actually tried, and they are marvellous. It's like 2 very thin slices of potato. It's like a fritter, but you've got 2 slices of potato, and in the middle, sort of sandwiched, you've got the fish, and they're just sort of battered in the same way, and they're absolutely delightful. So yeah, I have heard of them and I have tried them, but thank you very much for your comment. The next comment is from Jeanette Evans, and she's written, "Yum, I love these. Been missing having them as the local chippy has been closed with this lockdown. Now I can make my own." Lovely. Yeah, I mean, it's surprising. Well, it's not surprising because you kind of think that they're easy to make, but when you actually see somebody making them, you think, yeah, they really are quite simple. So why haven't I done them up to this point? Or at least that's what I think anyway. So yeah, definitely give them a go, especially if you like them. And if your local chippy is closed just now, that's an even better excuse, isn't it? So if you get round to making them, do let me know. Or if you follow me over on Instagram, mind to tag me in a photo and let me see, because I just love that. So thank you very much for your comment. The next comment is from Queen Bee, and they've written, "How exciting, you're a trender. You've worked hard and deserve it. I think it reflects with what a special job you do." Well, thank you ever so much for that. Yeah, if you didn't know, I was featured on the YouTube trending page for 24 hours, and I did get an email the night before to let me know that I was going to be featured on the trending page as creator on the rise. I had no idea what that was, so I done a wee bit of research, and apparently it's quite a big deal. So I was very chuffed and felt a bit honoured and quite humbled, really. So I think we gained just over 900 new subscribers, and my normal views in a day will be between 10 and 15,000, and on that day it was just over 40,000. So there was a massive difference. So thank you to YouTube, and thanks to all the new guys who've subscribed, and of course all my the subscribers that were there already. Thank you to you all for watching and subscribing and liking and sharing and all the wonderful things that you do. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much. Next comment is from Wind Horse Force Traveller. I hope I've said that right. Jasper says, "I'm not overweight, just fully filled for desirable plumpness." Now, I just loved that comment, and she's actually referring to, I'd said in one of my videos that Jasper is actually a kilo overweight. We did weigh him, and he should be around about 5 kilos, so he's around about the 6, so he's about a kilo overweight. He's not an outdoor cat, so he doesn't get a great deal of exercise. He's never been an outdoor cat. We've had him since he was 2 years old, and he came to us as a rescue cat, and we were advised, not to let him out because he's never been used to outside. But I mean, we leave the back door open, we leave the front door open, we leave the windows open, and he just never ever bothers. One time he strayed out into the back garden, and we let him just to watch him and see what he'd done, but he just came straight back in again. He really is not interested. So yeah, we're kind of watching his diet at the moment just to make sure, because we don't want him getting unwell or anything. So yeah, we're trying to get him down a wee bit. So thank you very much for your comment. That did give me a chuckle, and indeed thank you for all your comments this week. I try to read as many, or I do read probably about 99% of them, and I do try and respond to as many as I can. But as the weeks are going on and more of you guys are coming on board, it's getting harder time wise to respond to as many as I'd like. You know, way back in the beginning, I could respond to each and every single one of you, but unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. Although with lockdown, you know, I do have a bit more time in my hands, so I'm able to answer more than I normally would. But just know that I appreciate every single one of them, every single comment, every single thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter. It's all engagement at the end of the day, and I'm just so appreciative that you're out there liking what I'm doing. And as long as you guys are liking what I'm doing, I'll be here for many, many more years to come. So until I see you again, guys, mind to take care of yourselves, and I will see you very, very soon back here on What's for Tea. So bye for now. Bye now.